All right, what is up, everybody? We are back for another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we have episode 21 of season 3 of the Look In series, something I do at the end of each team season, where I go back, recap the team season, see what the future holds for them, and look into what this team is doing. Today's episode is on the LA Clippers. Thank you guys for the views and the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, liking, turn notifications to all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really helps out a lot. On the road to 1,000 subscribers, getting closer and closer as the days go on. So all support on our channel would be very much appreciated. Link to my Twitter and all that stuff down in the description below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So the LA Clippers, they ended up losing in Game 7 to the Denver Nuggets, and another first round exit for them, and kind of a disappointing end to a season. I mean, honestly, coming into the season, the expectations were low for me. I don't think I had this team making the playoffs early before the season started because didn't know how long Kawhi was going to be out, and I honestly thought that a James Harden at this point in his career, I didn't know if he could lead a team to being that great as a star player, and I was completely wrong. I mean, he was an all-star, he was amazing, might make All-NBA. He was awesome. Also, the Norman Powell resurrection, well, not resurrection, but Norman Powell jump at 31 years old, taking a huge jump, was not expected. Ivica Zubac as well had a huge jump this season. And Ty Lue always knows how to do something with nothing. You know, he always takes something that you think is not going to be great and makes it pretty good. You know, with the role players they have and all the people they got on their team, like, this is a good team. And then you got Kawhi come back, and Kawhi, once he started to get in that mode, this was the healthiest Kawhi's looked in a very long time. And they were rolling the last month of the season, won that last game of the year against the Warriors to get to the playoff spot. And the Clippers are going to be a dangerous team. I mean, I think a lot of people thought they're a sleeping giant in the Western Conference with having Kawhi Leonard be as healthy as he played, with James Harden, Norman Powell, Zubac, the wing defenders they have, the elite defense they have. Like, it's going to be tough to beat them. You know, and if they end up going in the Denver series, they have moments where they look really, really elite, but ultimately could not get it done. They end up losing in an embarrassing Game 7 where, you know, the first half was really, really tough. It was rough for them to get going. Third quarter, Nuggets came out with a 15-0 run from the jump, and it looked like they just kind of said, okay, we're done. Like, they didn't have any really response or answer to it at all. James Harden with a dud of a game, and now their season ends in the first round, which is unfortunate. I mean, also, it's a tough match. I mean, the Denver Nuggets are not reigning champs, but they are champions. They have the best player in the world. It was not an easy matchup at all. But for the way to go out like the Clippers went out was really, really tough. And now you look at what's next for this Clipper team, and there's not really much more change maybe that could be done. You look at, you know, the salary cap, they still have a lot of money tied into this team. James Harden's got a $36 million player option that he's probably going to take, or maybe try to bargain for a new one. Norman Powell's up for an extension. Kawhi's still going to get $50 million. Like, they still have a lot of money tied in this team, so it's not like they can go out and sign another all-star like player. The draft capital they have, not really much. You know, they don't really have much draft capital. They might have the 30th pick this year, but they're really gonna have to hit on that pick because usually the Clippers in the last few drafts are not really hit on draft picks. It's usually been kind of like you draft someone in the first round, they don't play for 2-3 years, and they end up getting cut and going to another team. So the Clippers draft history hasn't been great in the past few years. Um, they don't really have a lot of like young talent on the bench. I mean, Cam Christie, how much do you think he can really, you know, be a player in the league? I mean, he didn't really play a lot as rookie, so we don't really know. But there's not much young talent on the end of the bench. Like Jordan Miller, I like, but he's not going to be a all-star like player. Like Seth Lundy, like they have some young players at the end of the bench, but these guys are not going to be, you know, future 25 point per game. Like nothing that's going to really change the direction of this team, obviously. So really, the Clippers are kind of living in the now, and that's kind of what they've been the last few years. Steve Ballmer and that kind of organization, they bought all in to winning now and bringing the Clippers back to, well, not back, but bring Clippers to winning situations they haven't been in before. And that's kind of what this team has to do. And it's unfortunate that this was honestly one of their best shots they had, even though you did have an OKC team that was really elite. Like I honestly think they could have had a chance in the Western Conference. Looking at teams that could take out OKC, the Clippers might have had the best chance. I mean, they have the defense. OKC, that could be a matchup there. You have a guy in Kawhi Leonard who can take over and be the best player in the series. We saw it in this series against Denver. You know, James Harden, Norman Powell, you have the offensive firepower to kind of keep up. You know, Zubac in the paint, like the way they can defend and different teams they have, like they have length and size. You know, like you can't really take advantage of anybody on the defensive end. Like if they would have matched up in the second round, it would have been a very, very interesting second round. The Clippers could have had a shot. And having this is again, this is the healthiest Kawhi's looked in a pretty long time. And the way he was playing was awesome. And so to be able to waste that year, Norm Powell probably won't have another season like he had next year. You know, at going to being 32 years old, I don't know if he can keep up or even sustain it because the end of the year last year he was injured, but wasn't great. Zubac, can he keep this up? Probably, maybe. I don't know. James Harden's not getting any younger. You know, guys like Nick Batum and them, Bogdan Bogdanovic are not getting any younger. So really, it's like now the Clippers are built for the right now. We got to compete, and they should have. It should have been this year that they competed and did what they had to do. Well, maybe not win a championship, but you know, make some noise. And to be able to go out, it's the way they were now in Game 7. If they would have lost Game 7 on, you know, a close game and Jokic ends up doing something heroic, then it's like, dang. But to go out in the way they went out, where it just felt like nothing was working, nothing was happening, there was no effort, no fight, besides like Kawhi Leonard and a little bit of Zubac here and there. Like, to go out like that in an embarrassment where Russell Westbrook is getting technical fouls on purpose to bring the crowd, you know, get the crowd lit, like one of your star players having less than 10 points. The way they went out is the problem. Like that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing for a Game 7 in a series that was awesome. I mean, this was an amazing series, maybe the best series of the first round for the first 6 games. I was so excited for a Game 7. I thought we were going to get a historic, crazy battle. And for it to go like that, where by like 2 minutes into the third quarter, I stopped watching the game because I was like, yeah, this is over. It's embarrassing. And unfortunately, that's just been happening a lot to the Clippers the past few years. And there's not really another direction point where it's like, all right, we got to flip and now we can do this. Like, this team is going to be back next year. They're going to be good next year. It's just about can you trust them in the playoff series? You know, how healthy? I mean, there's a lot of factors that come into this team. Like, is Kawhi going to be this healthy again next year? Is James Harden, can he still keep up this level of play? Going into being, 35, 36 years old? Can Norman Powell keep up this level of play next year? Can the role players still continue to do what they do? Like, there's a lot. Can they make any changes to this roster? Is this kind of what the roster is right now? There's no young player coming in and changing this team. There's no superstar coming in and changing this team. This is kind of what the Clippers are right now. And this is kind of what they have to bank on. And they just got to hope that the cards kind of fold their way next year. I mean, it's still a good team. If they come out and do something similar next year, I'll be very impressed. And honestly, I'd probably pick them again because you always fall into the Clipper trap, you know. But man, was this a kind of disappointing way to go out? And I mean, the future next year looks a little bit like, I don't know. I can't imagine what 3 years looks like. You know, in 2 or 3 years when James Harden's probably almost out of the league and Kawhi Leonard might be gone, and like what's gonna be next for this team after this? Again, they don't have a lot of draft capital. They don't have a young superstar waiting in the wings. Like, they're probably just gonna have to bank and hope that some things fall in their direction. But yeah, a tough way to end the season. We'll see what happens next year. They'll be back next year, and we'll see what happens then. But yeah, it's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, liking, turn notifications to all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. Once again, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so I'll support on our channel. Be very much appreciated. There's a playlist up here somewhere. You can go back and check out the other episodes of the Look-In series. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.